And the second must be a link to your father, I think.
Yes.
He was a famous drummer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was with the band The Nightcrawlers. And I think one of the songs on the album was dedicated to him.
Yes, November.
November.
Yes.
How was your band or your... How did you work together with your father?
How did I what?
Work together with your father?
Yeah.
Was he promoting you? Was he your...
Yeah, I mean, I was. He always promoted me since I was young, and I grew up listening to him sing and play, and wanting to be like him. And he played with Stevie Vaughan and Jimmy Vaughan, and so I grew up with those guys. And that's the music that I grew up around and heard as a child.
Like you said, you were, I think, 18 when you played with Jimmy.
Yeah, I started playing the Fabulous Thunderbirds when I was 17 years old.
Oh, 7.
Yeah. And but I actually I got that gig with the Fabulous Thunderbirds through Stevie Ray Vaughan, who had called Jimmy and told him
you met him
that he should hire me.
By your father.
Yeah, but I was they were like family.
Yeah.
So Jimmy Vaughan was at the hospital when I was born.
Oh.
So we go way back.
It's a long way,
Yeah.
Oh.
But over the years I would play with my father. He would get me up with his band to sit in and play with him. And I mean, when I was young, even 6 years old, I would play with him.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I was also in a band with him when I was like, if I wasn't playing with the Fabulous Thunderbirds, then I was playing in his band. And I think that band was Mike Judge and Denny Freeman on guitar, and me and my father.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the trigger to go solo? Why? What did decide you to go your own way?
What, from the Archangels, you mean?
Yeah.
Just, I think because...
Like you said, you have played with, I think, 100 famous and good artists. But
yeah. Oh, you mean just recently?
Yeah.
Why now?
Yeah.
It just felt like it was time. I think I was having really nice experiences with the audiences, and I felt like I sort of felt like I had finally arrived at what I was as a performer and a guitar player and a singer and a songwriter and a band leader.
Your first album, solo, came out in '96, I think. The Jelly Cream album.
That was my second.
Second one, yeah, right. The new album is, I think, your fourth solo album.
Yes.
Yeah. That's not so...
Spread out?
No, spread out, yes, but not many. You didn't brought out many solo albums. Wasn't that important for you to do solo things? No.
Not really, because after my last album, which was Welcome, after I did that record, I toured behind it for a little while.
In 2001.
Yeah, but then I wanted to sort of get away from the music industry, the music business. I wanted it out, and I raised a family, and then started playing with Eric Clapton and Roger Waters and Sheryl Crow, and then I became a producer. So I was doing things and being productive in the music world, but just I didn't really feel like the need to put out any of my own albums, even though I was writing all the time. I wrote every day.
The title you choose for the album is Rich Man.
Mm-hmm.
In which way are you a rich man?
Well, I was basically saying that through all the suffering that I've gone through and everything that I've seen in my life, that I went on this journey and found that everything I need is inside me. I don't need any materialistic things. I don't need money to be rich inside. I have everything.
On the album, you're holding something in your hands. Can you tell me something more about it? I think it's a medal, or
it's an old Moroccan Berber piece of medallion that.
It's referring to your traveling in Morocco.
Well, I spent a lot of time in Morocco, but and I do know that the Berber people of Morocco are like the Native Americans of America. So they're the indigenous people of Morocco, and they have very spiritual ways and sort of mystical kind of ways of life, and just what they're. When I go to Morocco, I spend time with a Berber family, but this piece is a piece of protection. It's an old Berber piece that protects women.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How would you describe the style of the album? Because when I put the album in my player, it's rock. Do you think it's a rock album or more?
Yeah, I mean,
I recognize more than rock in the album. It's more of, I think, more fusion album with its influences from also Morocco and other countries. Let me say.
Yeah, I mean, I think that. I mean, all of my favorite artists that I grew up listening to were all had different amalgams, and it's like music alchemy. If you just keep putting together different things, and mixing them together, it'll come out the way that you play it or that you sing it. But I mean, I definitely had influences from just my traveling and my
complex.
Yeah, just immersing myself in music culture around the world in different regions in the world. So it's just going to come back out somehow.
In almost every song, a lot of other musicians are playing the songs. I didn't count them, but the lineup is very long.
Yeah.
Why did you choose for that concept?
I didn't really. I started making my album, and
not only the musician, but also the instruments. A lot of different special instruments. I name, for example, the saringi, timpani drum. So, was that your?
I didn't have anything planned when I started making the record. It's just when I would write the songs and I would record them, the song itself in that moment dictates what I'm starting to hear. So I start to hear different, like interludes between songs, and then if I hear strings or like an orchestrated thing or horns or that will start. I'll just start hearing things the way that I want them, and then I would just find musicians that could play the things that I was hearing in my head. And I think because I've been a producer now for the last 9 years or so. So I know the things that I want, and I know how to produce a record, and I know how to facilitate myself in that way. So
it isn't so that you need a lot of time to do songwriting, to think about songs?
I do. It just depends. Depends where I'm at in the moment. Some of the songs, I mean, I wrote, Your Mama Can't Help You with the first song. I wrote that in an hour before I went in and recorded it. And then other songs I worked on, like the Samanas, second to last song. I wrote that, and I think it was 3 songs in one. It had 3 different movements to it, and that one took longer, because it was a real orchestrated thing.
Like I said, you like traveling. You like meeting other people, other cultures. It's one part of your life.
Yeah, very much.
I feel that when you listen to the album, then you feel that.
Yeah, I mean, it has a bit of sort of everything from my travels from different parts of Africa and India, and but really anywhere. I mean, I like indigenous music of any continent.
Like I said, November was a special song on the album. Are there more special or personal songs on the album?
Well, they're all sort of a personal journey in a sort of spiritual quest or whatever. I think that maybe the other song, Harmony, is about my daughter. So that's a very personal song for me. November is about my father. But you know, I mean, a lot of the songs on the record are very personal in their own way. I mean, a lot of them are sort of existential journeys, like Rich Man, the song, is an existential journey. And my trying to get as humble as possible, to get one with the earth.
What did you learn about yourself after finishing the album? What were your feelings when the work was done? The album
well,
was
I felt like when I was finished that everything that I had done from the beginning to the end of making of the record had all had a purpose to it, and everything made sense, because even just to the last, to the very end, when I was sequencing the album, when I finally sequenced it, everything fell into place, and then it told the story in chronological order. And I wasn't expecting that.
You were in a way a happy man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy rich man.
Yeah, happy rich man. What are your plans for the near future? More touring or?
Yeah, I'm actually, this summer is mostly touring in Europe. Because
I've seen that, yes.
Yeah, and I think because I enjoy touring outside of the US a lot.
Yeah.
And I like experiencing different cultures so much that I would love to be established over here so I can tour.
I have a last question. Are there still things that you surely want to do? Things in your bucket list? Things where you want to go to, or places that you want to play a gig, or?
I hope so.
That you don't know specific goals?
No, because I pretty much, I don't know, I stay in the moment with things. I'm really in the moment, and those, if I try and get as present as possible in the moment, then things just sort of open up, and if I trust the universe, then it sort of just happens. And then it's always been that way for me.
Okay.
You know, I've had a charmed career in life, and the more I trust in the universe, the more things seem to work out for me.
Okay, thank you again for your time.
Sure, man.
I hope, and I'm sure about that we have a great show tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, nice to meet you.